What happens when you close your eyes at night and drift into sleep? Your body rests, but something far more mysterious takes place. Your consciousness travels. Have you ever wondered where it goes? Few people have ever considered this question, but over the centuries, both spiritual traditions and scientific research have slowly been unveiling this profound mystery. What I'm about to reveal to you might just transform your understanding of sleep and consciousness, challenging everything you thought you knew. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that it felt like you were living another life? Share your experiences in the comments, because those dreams may hold the key to understanding the vast potential of your consciousness. Sleep has puzzled humanity for ages, and throughout history, cultures have offered fascinating explanations. In ancient Egypt, dreams were viewed as divine messages from the gods. In Greece, philosophers like Plato believed the soul ventured into higher realms during sleep. But what do we know today? Science tells us that sleep is essential for our brain and memory to function. Yet there is something much deeper happening while we sleep, something that transcends the physical body. Research has shown that during certain stages of sleep, our brain activity mimics deep meditative states, or even near-death experiences, where time and reality seem to bend. But if consciousness is just a product of the brain, why do so many people report lucid dreams, spiritual encounters, and visions that defy logic? Are these simply illusions, or is something far more real occurring? The answer may lie in a fascinating phenomenon that few understand: the journey of consciousness. Every night as we sleep, the physical body enters a deep resting state, and our brain's frequency slows down, dissolving our perception of the physical world. But does this mean consciousness also shuts off? Not at all. While your body rests, your mind remains highly active, functioning in ways science is still struggling to fully comprehend. During sleep, we pass through various stages, and it's in the REM rapid eye movement state that we experience the most vivid dreams and intriguing phenomena. But here's where it gets even more mind-boggling. Studies from the Monroe Institute and scientists like Dr. Charles Tart suggest that in certain sleep states, consciousness can detach from the physical body and access other dimensions of reality. This phenomenon, known as astral projection or out-of-body experience, OBE, has intrigued researchers and spiritual seekers alike. Why then do most people never notice this? The reason may lie in how we've been conditioned to view reality. From a young age, we are taught that what can't be seen, touched, or measured doesn't exist. But those who have experienced OBEs often describe an indescribable sense of freedom, a sense of expanded perception of the universe, and even the ability to visit places they've never physically been. Some have even described events and locations that were far removed from their physical bodies, events they had no way of knowing. Take, for example, the life of Robert Monroe, a well-known researcher who dedicated much of his life to studying the projection of consciousness. Monroe wrote extensively about his out-of-body experiences, describing journeys to non-physical realms that defy conventional understanding. And here's a key insight: your emotional and mental state before you sleep plays a major role in determining where your consciousness goes during the night. If you fall asleep anxious or fearful, you're more likely to experience denser, more chaotic dreams. However, if you fall asleep with a calm mind and clear intention, you may find yourself experiencing profound spiritual insights or teachings from higher realms. Next time you're about to sleep, why not try something new? Before you close your eyes, set a clear intention. Tell yourself, I want to remember what my consciousness experiences tonight. This simple practice can unlock new doors to personal discovery. Have you ever heard of using suggestions before sleep? It's a technique few people know, but the moments just before you fall asleep are an incredibly powerful opportunity to program your subconscious mind. In this transitional state, called the hypnagogic phase, your mind is incredibly receptive to suggestions. Throughout history, some of the greatest minds like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla used this technique to spark revolutionary insights. They would often fall asleep with a question or problem in mind, and upon waking, they would have the answer. How can you harness this for yourself? It's simple. Before you sleep, give your brain a clear directive. For example, I want to wake up feeling refreshed and energized. Or, may my mind find creative solutions for my work. Or even show me new ways to bring financial abundance into my life. These suggestions speak directly to your subconscious, which works tirelessly through the night to find answers and solutions. Many times you'll wake up with a sudden burst of inspiration or clarity, or even a symbolic dream that reveals something you need to know. But what if you want to take this a step further? What if you want to use sleep to access spiritual experiences? Those who practice astral projection, for example, often repeat mantras before sleep, like, "Tonight I will be conscious in the astral world," or "I want to remember everything my consciousness experiences outside the body." With repetition and focus, many of them report vivid lucid dreams, encounters with spiritual guides, or even experiences that expand their consciousness in profound ways. While your body remains still in bed, your mind can explore realms that conventional science has yet to understand fully. So where does your consciousness go during sleep? The answer depends on a variety of factors: your emotional state, your level of perception, and even the intention you set before you sleep. Some people report intense vivid dreams. Others experience lucid dreaming where they control the dream world. And then there are those who describe the surreal sensation of floating outside their body, observing the world from an entirely different perspective. Curiously, these experiences aren't just isolated to modern-day reports. Mystics, Buddhist monks, and even people who've experienced near-death episodes have described similar phenomena. Many of them claim to access realms that defy the traditional understanding of space and time. Some describe cities of light, others encounter spiritual guides, and some even visit places where the laws of physics seem irrelevant. What if sleep could be the doorway to a vast, unexplored realm of consciousness? What if every night your mind is traveling to places beyond your comprehension, and all you have to do is tune in and ask the right questions? Imagine what you could uncover about yourself, your potential, and the very fabric of reality. This is the hidden world of consciousness, and sleep might just be your gateway to it. Earlier, we explored the fascinating idea that our consciousness might journey to different realms during sleep. But how can you truly tell if your consciousness is actually traveling to another dimension, or if you're just experiencing a regular dream? There's a compelling body of evidence that suggests something extraordinary is happening while we sleep, something real, not just a figment of imagination. Let's take a look at some of these remarkable experiences. For instance, many individuals who have had out-of-body experiences, OBEs, have reported the ability to accurately describe places they've never physically visited before. This is not only a curious coincidence, but a strong indication that something profound is taking place beyond our usual understanding. Can these experiences really be dismissed as mere dreams, or are they a genuine connection to a higher reality? Intriguingly, quantum physics is now suggesting that consciousness may not be confined to the brain. This radically shifts our understanding of the mind and body. Neurosurgeon Dr. Eben Alexander, after having a near-death experience, NDE, stated that the otherworldly realms he encountered were more vivid and real than anything he had experienced in his waking life. Such accounts raise an important question. Do we access parallel realities during sleep, or are we merely navigating fragments of our own mind? Many believe that the answer to this mystery can be found within our dreams. For centuries, dreams have been viewed not just as mental creations, but as records of our journeys through the cosmos. They may not simply reflect random thoughts, but could be evidence of our consciousness venturing beyond the confines of our physical bodies. Before we dive deeper into this idea, let me ask you, have you ever wondered about the existence of parallel realities? If you're curious, leave a comment saying, "I want to know more about parallel realities," and we might just create an exclusive video revealing the hidden mysteries of these worlds and how your consciousness can explore them. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on this fascinating exploration. Dreams have long been seen as messages from the unconscious mind, offering clues to our inner desires or unresolved emotions. Sigmund Freud believed that dreams are the mind's way of expressing repressed desires. Carl Jung, on the other hand, viewed dreams as windows to the collective unconscious, a space where universal symbols and archetypes appear to guide our personal growth. But beyond these interpretations, many people report dreams that feel far more real: dreams where they encounter spiritual entities, travel through distant realms, or even glimpse into the future. These types of dreams, known as lucid dreams, occur when the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming. In some cases, they can interact with the dream world consciously. Spiritual traditions around the world also support the idea that dreams are more than just random neural activity. In shamanistic cultures, dreams are seen as spiritual journeys where the soul can receive teachings from guides or access hidden knowledge. Buddhist traditions teach that dreams can be used as training for death, helping the soul navigate the spiritual realms after leaving the physical body. Could it be that our dreams are actually a means of preparing us for the unknown? But there's something even more extraordinary. Some people have reported having the same dream as a friend or family member on the same night. This begs the question, could it be possible that our consciousness can actually connect with others while we sleep? Is it possible that sleep isn't a time of isolation, but a shared experience across dimensions? According to quantum physics, everything in the universe is interconnected through what is known as the unified field, a deep level of reality where the separation between individual minds disappears. Could it be that when we sleep, our consciousness taps into this field, connecting us to the thoughts, emotions, and experiences of others? If thoughts and emotions vibrate at specific frequencies, it might be that two people can tune into the same frequency while they sleep, accessing the same dream landscape. Additionally, the concept of the collective unconscious, as proposed by Carl Jung, suggests that we share a vast reservoir of memories, symbols, and archetypes that transcend individual experiences. This would explain why people from different cultures and backgrounds report similar dreams even though they have never met. In deep sleep, our minds may connect with this universal database, allowing us to experience shared dreams. Some people have even reported joint spiritual experiences where two or more people interact in the same dream space, and upon waking describe identical details. Could these shared dreams be proof that consciousness in its purest form is not bound by the body? However, not all dreams are simply reflections of our waking life or random images created by our subconscious mind. Some dreams carry profound messages, perhaps signs from the universe or even glimpses of the future. Many people have had dreams that later came true, seemingly predicting future events. Why does this happen? The key lies in the unique properties of the sleep state. While our waking minds are restricted by the linear concept of time in the dream world, time is fluid. Our consciousness can break free from the constraints of physical reality, allowing us to access information that lies beyond our ordinary perception. For example, physicist John Wheeler proposed that the past can be influenced by the future as shown in some quantum mechanics experiments. If this phenomenon can occur on a subatomic level, could it be that when we dream we access a kind of memory of the future? Could it be that our minds, when disconnected from the body, can tap into future events or subtle patterns that aren't yet visible in our waking life? There are numerous documented cases of what we now call precognitive dreams. One famous example is that of Abraham Lincoln, who dreamt of his own assassination just days before it occurred. Another well-known instance is the many people who dreamt about the sinking of the Titanic or the 9/11 attacks before they happened. Carl Jung referred to these types of experiences as synchronicity, suggesting that they are meaningful connections between events that cannot be explained by mere chance. If time functions differently in the realm of consciousness, then it's possible that when we dream, we are accessing a deeper level of reality where the past, present, and future coexist simultaneously. So how can you differentiate a regular dream from a precognitive one? The answer lies in the intensity and clarity of the dream. Precognitive dreams are often vivid, full of detail, and carry a powerful sense of reality. Many people who have experienced them report waking up with a profound feeling that what they saw was not just a dream, but a real glimpse of the future. This leads to a profound realization while we sleep. Our consciousness might be tapping into something far greater than ourselves, into a universal consciousness where all possibilities already exist. Could it be that our dreams are not just random visions, but messages, insights, and experiences that transcend the physical realm? In the world of dreams, there are many types, each with its own unique meaning. Symbolic dreams communicate messages through metaphors, like dreaming of a house representing your emotional state. Precognitive dreams offer glimpses of the future, showing us events before they happen. Then there are lucid dreams, where the dreamer realizes they are dreaming and can interact with the dream environment. Perhaps these are not just fanciful creations, but profound experiences that can reveal deep truths about ourselves and the universe. As we sleep, we may be accessing a reality where time and space are no longer confined to physical laws. And perhaps in this state, our consciousness truly has the freedom to explore the unknown, uncovering mysteries beyond our imagination. As we dive deeper into the world of dreams, it's clear that what happens during sleep may be far more intricate than we ever imagined. We've seen how consciousness can transcend the physical body and venture into other realms, but how can we understand these experiences more clearly? How can we interpret the messages our dreams are trying to convey? The key, as we discussed earlier, lies in attention and intention. If you truly want to understand the world of dreams and perhaps even gain more control over your experiences, a practice like dream journaling is an essential tool. By writing down every detail you remember immediately upon waking, you begin to observe patterns and recurring themes that emerge over time. You might find that these random dreams carry meaningful messages that, once decoded, can offer profound insights into your consciousness and personal growth. One of the most fascinating aspects of sleep is the astral plane, an idea studied extensively in esoteric traditions like Hermeticism, Theosophy, and Spiritism. These traditions believe the astral plane exists as an intermediary level of existence where thoughts and emotions take on physical forms. In this highly malleable dimension, reality can shift in an instant based on the vibrational frequency and intention of the consciousness exploring it. Accounts from those who have experienced out-of-body experiences, OBEs during sleep, often describe layers within this astral plane. Some areas are bright and peaceful, full of learning and encounters with benevolent beings. Others are chaotic and dense, reflecting emotions like fear, anxiety, or confusion. What does this tell us? It shows that the emotional and energetic state we bring into sleep can deeply influence the type of astral experience we'll have. Spiritual researchers commonly categorize the astral dimensions into three levels. 1. Lower astral plane. This is where dense energies and negative emotions like fear, guilt, and imbalance manifest. People who have ventured here often describe a dark, heavy environment. 2. Middle astral plane. This is where the majority of our conventional dreams occur. It's also where we interact with projections from the subconscious mind, our thoughts, memories, and emotions at play. 3. Higher astral plane. A space associated with elevated states of consciousness. This plane is where we may encounter spiritual mentors, undergo profound mental expansion, and receive divine teachings. While some people access these planes spontaneously during sleep, others can learn to consciously explore them using techniques like lucid dreaming, induction practices, or mindfulness exercises before sleep. But just how much control can we really have over these experiences? Spiritual encounters during sleep, such as meeting light beings, spiritual mentors, or even deceased loved ones, are some of the most transformative experiences people report. But are these encounters simply products of the mind, or is something far more profound happening? The answer may lie in the very nature of the astral plane, which is highly responsive to the intentions and frequencies of the consciousness navigating it. If during sleep our consciousness partially frees itself from physical limitations, real spiritual encounters could indeed be possible. Many people who have lost loved ones report vivid dreams where they feel their presence and receive messages that bring comfort and closure. Some might argue that this is simply a psychological mechanism to help deal with grief, but there are countless cases where the details and information shared in these dreams were previously unknown, suggesting these encounters were real, not just imagined. Another common type of spiritual experience involves what some consider learning sessions. In the various esoteric traditions, it's believed that while we sleep, our consciousness may be taken to actual spiritual schools where we are taught about evolution, the nature of consciousness, and the mysteries of the universe. There are accounts of people waking up with memories of concepts they had never studied or encountered before, only to later discover that these teachings align with sacred texts or ancient spiritual traditions. So how can we gain more control over these powerful experiences? One technique we've touched on before is setting a clear intention before you fall asleep. You might say, "Tonight I want to meet my spiritual guide and remember this experience when I wake up." By placing this intention into your mind, you increase the likelihood of having a meaningful spiritual encounter. And just like with dream journaling, the moment you wake up, have your notebook beside you and write down everything you remember. This practice helps you capture these extraordinary experiences before they fade away with the passing hours. But not all dreams or experiences during sleep are positive. Nightmares are a common phenomenon that can sometimes be even more perplexing than regular dreams. Their origin often extends beyond just a simple reflection of daily stress. Many nightmares carry symbolic messages, emotional alerts, or even experiences from denser astral dimensions. But why do nightmares happen, And is it possible to control them? Studies in neuroscience suggest that while we sleep, our brains continue processing emotions, organizing memories, and trying to make sense of our waking experiences. The threat simulation theory, proposed by researcher Antti Revonsuo, suggests that nightmares are actually a natural mechanism of the brain, preparing us for real-life challenges and threats. This could also mean that nightmares are a way for us to tune into vibrational realities that match our internal emotional state. Most nightmares occur during the REM phase of sleep, when the brain is highly active processing emotions and memories. Psychologists like Sigmund Freud believed that nightmares were repressed expressions of fears and traumas, while Carl Jung viewed them as manifestations of deep archetypes within the human psyche. Studies have shown that people who have experienced trauma loss, extreme stress, or anxiety tend to have more frequent nightmares. This suggests that the brain is attempting to reorganize emotions and process difficult experiences. However, not all nightmares seem to have a direct psychological cause. Some emerge from mysterious sources, leaving us wondering if there's more at play than just our inner emotional world. If nightmares are in some sense a reflection of our energetic and emotional state before sleep, then it stands to reason that we can take steps to avoid negative experiences and even transform sleep into a time for learning and personal growth. There are several techniques you can use to create a more peaceful sleep environment and reduce the chances of nightmares. Practices like energy cleansing, burning sage or incense, or visualizing light surrounding your body help to create a protective space for rest. You can also use mental reprogramming techniques, such as replacing negative thoughts before bed with positive affirmations like "I sleep in peace and protection." This simple shift in mindset can help change your experience dramatically. Additionally, avoiding heavy stimulating foods like alcohol, caffeine, and large meals before bed can improve sleep quality and reduce the likelihood of nightmares. If you do experience a nightmare, try writing it down. Often nightmares carry valuable messages from the subconscious. By capturing the details in your dream journal, you can begin to identify patterns and uncover hidden meanings behind these intense experiences. Sleep doesn't have to be just a time of rest. It can also be a time of profound exploration, self-discovery, and spiritual growth. By learning to interpret and understand our dreams, we open the door to a deeper connection with ourselves and the universe. And by setting clear intentions, we can guide our consciousness toward encounters that expand our awareness and deepen our understanding of the mysteries of existence. Building on what we explored earlier, the dream world is not only a place of wonder and spiritual exploration, but also a space that can present us with significant challenges. Understanding how to navigate these challenges can transform our sleep into a more enriching experience. Lucid dreaming, for instance, offers a unique opportunity to gain control over our dreams. By learning to recognize when we are dreaming, we can face even the most frightening nightmares and transform them into positive, empowering experiences. But why do we have nightmares in the first place? Some spiritual traditions suggest that these unsettling dreams may be opportunities for growth and learning. If a nightmare is recurring, it might be trying to teach us something important. In some schools of astral projection, practitioners are trained to stay calm during a nightmare, consciously facing it instead of running from it. Often they discover that the monster or threatening figure in the dream represents a repressed part of themselves asking to be acknowledged and integrated into their being. Imagine transforming fear into self-knowledge and growth. What if the scariest parts of your dreams hold the key to your own healing? But how can we retain the details of our dreams in order to better understand them? Most people forget their dreams because as soon as they wake up, their brain shifts focus to the physical world. During sleep, especially in the REM phase, the brain operates differently, accessing memories and constructing symbolic narratives that don't always make sense in our waking world. When we wake up, the rational mind often discards this information as irrelevant. Another reason we forget our dreams is simply the lack of practice in remembering them. Just like any skill, dream memory can be developed with time and consistency. One effective method is to keep a notebook by your bed and write down every detail you can remember immediately after waking up. At first, it might only be fragments, but over time, you'll begin to capture more vivid and complete memories. It also helps not to move immediately upon waking. The first few moments are crucial for recalling dreams, so staying still and focusing on reconstructing the images in your mind can make all the difference. Reducing stimuli before bed, like avoiding excessive screen time, Blue light exposure and information overload can also promote better dream retention. A peaceful, calming environment is essential for allowing your mind to recall these nighttime journeys. However, as much as sleep offers us opportunities for growth, there are also dangers and challenges. When discussing dreams and astral projections, these obstacles are often overlooked. For example, recurring nightmares or encounters with unknown entities can make exploring consciousness during sleep a daunting experience. To navigate the dream universe safely, it's essential to understand and prepare for these challenges. One of the most common phenomena people experience is sleep paralysis. This frightening state occurs when you wake up but are unable to move and often feeling a pressure on your chest and sometimes perceiving dark, malevolent presences around you. Scientifically, sleep paralysis happens when the brain wakes up before the body, temporarily keeping the muscles locked to prevent movement during dreaming. But in some spiritual traditions, it is believed that this paralysis occurs when consciousness returns from an astral experience, creating a momentary overlap between physical reality and parallel dimensions. If you've experienced sleep paralysis, the most important thing is to stay calm, focus on your breathing, and try to move your fingers slowly. Remember, this state is temporary. Many people use sleep paralysis as a gateway for conscious astral projection, turning a potentially terrifying experience into an opportunity for exploration. Another challenge in the dream world is encounters with unknown entities. Some individuals report meeting beings that seem more than just figments of the imagination. These entities can be friendly, neutral, or even disturbing. But what are they? Some experts believe that these figures are symbolic manifestations of the mind, reflecting repressed emotions or unresolved issues within the psyche. Other spiritual traditions suggest that when we dream, we may interact with consciousnesses from subtle dimensions, such as spiritual guides or disembodied spirits. Intense emotions can sometimes create energy forms that temporarily take shape in our dreams. Whether these encounters are real or imagined, the golden rule is not to give in to fear. Fear can strengthen the presence of these entities and attract more negative experiences. If you find yourself in a negative environment within a dream, consider using energy protection techniques before sleep. Visualizing a protective light field around your body that can help shield you from unwanted encounters. In addition to facing challenging encounters, some people experience excessive activity in their dreams. This happens when consciousness becomes highly active in the dream world, leading to mental exhaustion upon waking. Some individuals wake up feeling as if they've lived a second life while they slept often because they've processed many intense emotions or had numerous vivid experiences. To counteract this, grounding techniques are essential upon waking. Practices like drinking a glass of water, walking barefoot on the earth, or taking a bath can help reconnect you to your physical body and restore balance. So how can we better prepare ourselves for these astral journeys? One helpful practice is to create a ritual before sleep. Whether it's meditation, prayer, or visualizing a protective light around your body, these techniques help protect your energy before entering the dream state. Avoiding negative content like horror movies or stressful conversations before bed is also crucial. The state of your mind before sleep significantly influences the type of dreams and experiences you'll have. Ultimately, sleep is much more than just a time for physical rest. It's a portal to hidden dimensions of consciousness, a laboratory for the unconscious mind, and a powerful tool for spiritual evolution. Every experience we have while sleeping, from the most mundane dream to the most profound astral projection, carries valuable messages about our mind, our energy, and our life's purpose. Now that you understand how your emotional state influences your nightly experiences, how it's possible to program your mind for answers, and how even nightmares can be turned into opportunities for growth, you have the power to transform your sleep into a time of consciousness expansion and self-discovery. What about you? Have you ever had inexplicable experiences during sleep? Lucid dreams, spiritual encounters, or sensations of leaving your body? Share your story in the comments because your experience could help others better understand this invisible universe. And if you want a deeper dive into one of the topics discussed today, leave your suggestions below. For those looking to take their mind to the next level, check out the Quantum Thinking 21-Day Challenge in the pinned comment. Learn how to reprogram your consciousness and unlock new possibilities. See you in the next video.